Okay, I need you to imagine something with me real quick. A Texas mom, a chokehold, a millionaire in cowboy boots, and a 50 Cent concert all in Las Vegas on New Year's Eve in 2024. This is definitely not a setup to a joke. This was my actual life. Hey y'all, welcome to Tiff, Thriving Out Loud. I'm Tiff, and we are doing this thing out loud together. I'm a wife, a mom of three, a math teacher, coach, and a woman who is 100% chasing 40 and freedom all at the same time. And I'm so glad you're here because this show is for every person out there who's trying their best to keep their head above water, believing that God has something better coming for them, and occasionally making questionable decisions in very tall hills. Today is episode one, and we are starting in Vegas because honestly, where else would you start? So, New Year's Eve 2024 in Las Vegas, our family decided we were going to go big. And I, a Texas girl who does not do anything halfway because my dad always taught me you either go big or go home and show up fully prepared. I had the outfit, I had the energy, and I definitely had the hills. Now, I need you to understand something about these hills. They were gorgeous, like generally stop you in your tracks, just so beautiful, and I believed in those hills with my whole entire chest. My husband, on the other hand, he did not. Before we even bought them, I was standing right there in the mall. He looked at the shoes and said, as calm as possible, "You're not going to last in those." And I said absolutely nothing because I'm a grown woman, but deep down in my heart, I told myself, watch me. Y'all, I lasted like 45 minutes, the most in those bad boys. So here we are, heels off in Vegas on New Year's Eve, shoes in hand, dignity somewhere behind me on the strip, but we will not talk about it. The hills, though, that was just the beginning because what happened after that was far beyond anything I could have ever planned for, predicted, or honestly survived without the grace of God and a really strong sense of humor. And if you don't know this, I tell my students all the time, the more you laugh, the longer you live. So if you see me laughing, now you know why. But okay, so let's get back to the story because ADHD can get the best of me. We had just come back from the 50 Cent concert, and y'all, it was incredible. The party was totally not over, though. We were not ready to call it a night. So we did what any reasonable parents would do at midnight in Vegas. We started walking the strip looking for our next big thing. And that's when we found it, a barbershop. Just a normal barbershop in a casino, nothing special. But somebody told us there was something behind it. So, us being curiosity killed the cat, we went in. Behind the barbershop was a whole secret club hidden behind the wall. You had to know it existed to find it. In Las Vegas, because of course Vegas does what Vegas does, we go in and we enjoy ourselves. And that's when my husband spots him. A man in cowboy boots in Vegas because my husband loves to wear boots as well. I guess it's a Texas thing. Well, turns out the man in the boots was a freaking millionaire. And y'all, he changed our entire new year. I don't want to give it all away right now because I want you to read the book, but I will tell you this. We did not expect what happened next, and it was better than anything we could have ever planned for. God puts us in the right place at the right time. There was a headlock involved at some point. I will say no more about this right now. And at one point, I looked down at my shoe and I found a stranger's whole cluster eyelash on it, like a full eyelash from a complete stranger just living its best life on my shoe. We had the absolute best time in Vegas, hands down, and none of it, not one single moment, was on our timeline. It was all on God's timeline. I wrote every bit of this in my book, Boots, Brawls, and Blessings, A Texas Girl's Vegas New Year, available right now on Amazon in paperback, hardcover, and of course Kindle. Link is in the show notes, so go grab it, guys. But here's why I'm telling you all of this on my very first episode on the show. None of it went the way I had planned, not one single thing. We didn't plan to end up in a secret club behind a barber shop. We didn't plan to meet the man in the boots. We definitely didn't plan for any of the moments that ended up being the best moments of the whole trip. And somewhere in the middle of all the beautiful chaos, I kept feeling this quiet little nudge. Like, pay attention, this is going somewhere. And it did. It went to my very first book. It went to this show. It went to a story I generally believe somebody needed to hear. Because here is what Vegas taught me: God's timing is not our timing. The things we don't plan for, the detours, the random barbershops, the stranger in the cowboy boots, none of it is by accident. He is in it all, every single bit. And sometimes God doesn't move on your schedule, and that's okay because He moves when He knows it's right. And when He does, it's always better than what you have planned for. I think a lot of us are walking around right now holding our heels. You had a plan, you believed in the thing with your whole chest, and somewhere along the way it started hurting, and now you're just trying to make it through the night. Well, can I tell you something? You are still in your story. The detour is not the ending, the blisters are not the point. And the weird, confusing, nothing is going right season you might be walking through right now, God is already writing what's coming next. And I promise you, the part you cannot see yet is better than the part you have planned for. It is not your time, it is on His. The hills didn't last, but guess what? The story did. And your story is still going. So take a deep breath and know good things are coming your way. All right, y'all. That is episode 1 of Tiff Thriving Out Loud. I am so glad you were here for it. If it made you laugh, if it made you feel some type of way, if you are currently also holding your metaphoric hills, share this with somebody who needs it today. Leave a review, follow the show. It means more than you could ever know. My book, Boots, Brawls, and Blessings, is linked in the show notes, so grab yourself a copy and come tell me what you think. I want to hear from you, and don't be too hard on me. It was my first book, and if you did not know, I'm a math teacher, so go easy on me. Again, I'm Tiff, Thriving Out Loud, chasing 40 and freedom. See you next week. God bless, and let's go.